tease this first, but I don't want to tell people that it is Metal Gear Solid 5. And then, the next year I'm going to come back and I'm going to reveal it's Metal Gear Solid 5. He had this whole timeline that he sort of wrote out on this piece of paper because he said, hey, I want to reveal this game at the Video Game Awards. I don't want to say it's from Konami. I want to say it's from Moby Dick Studios. And I don't want to say it's a Metal Gear game. And I think, everyone at Konami, their head sort of exploded. It's like, wait, so we can't even say this is our game? What's going on? And, he was genius. And then so he outlined the whole Moby Dick plan and sort of how that was all going to play out. I think he was surprised how quickly people figured out that it was Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yeah.
私もこれから本当に楽しみにしてます。小島さん、プレイステーションの代表して、なおかつファンと共に、小島さんの新しい出発を応援します。
はい、ありがとうございます。
頑張ってください。
はい、ありがとうございます。
Watch out. The gap in the door. It's a separate reality. The only me is me. Are you sure the only you is you?
Why do you think he does this? Is it just the thrill? Like he got such a juicy thrill out of Metal Gear Solid 2's tease and twist that he just wants to create more of those experiences?
Yeah, I think it's it's part of the game that he plays with people, right? I think the fans, they love Kojima for it. It's like he wants to. It's like the game to me is not just what was on the disc with Kojima. It's sort of everything around it, and it's part of the fun of giving fans something to speculate and talk about.
Well, everything you do is so deeply thought out in terms of the logo and the character, and who knows what this shirt means, or I'm sure there's I never know with you. It's like there's always some secret somewhere around you.
It's just like it's these crazy ideas. They'll call me up and I'd be like, hey, you want to do this? And honestly, it's silly, it's fun, but I'm like, heck, at least he makes it interesting, right?
Yeah.
And if you're waiting for a game for years and years, it's have some fun with the fans. And it all comes from a genuine place, right? It's not like he's really trying to hoodwink anyone. He's just sort of hey, this is a fun way.
Thompson is stranded. That's what it means.
Wow. Well, it sounds like it'll be a very psychological game, sort of like PT. We can expect.
And fans know that, right? So I think he's pretty honest about it. But it's fun collaborating with him, and he makes such amazing games and amazing assets. And sometimes he'll just call me and just be like, hey, what do you think of this? Or even the stuff around PT and sort of, what that was going to become.
Right.
And we talked about that for years. The one point we were going to maybe reveal that at the Video Game Awards, and then he wasn't sure, and then he did it at Gamescom one year. But
it was always the plan, though, to launch the playable demo without any mention of what it actually was?
Yeah, that was always what he was going to do, and he showed me that demo in advance and sort of asked me what I thought about it, and I was like, wow, this is so twisted with you gotta look up and down, and the phone will ring and and I was like, I don't know how anyone's going to solve it. And then, of course, the hive mind of the internet figured it out very quickly. But yeah, he always thinks in new ways, and the playable demo of PT was, it's just such a brilliant idea.
I first offered to ship it to him, but I couldn't get the address of his new studio. I think what happened to Hideo Kojima last year was a tragedy. He just sat in an isolated room for months, the darkest days of his career, and we thank him for all that he went through. Hideo just said, I can't have that blood on my hands. And tonight's industry icon.
Right in front of everyone.
Do the same thing as me, betray your audience.
They regulate the country's various interests through controlled presentation, staging a drama that is palatable to the general masses.
I can't really comment on the split, but I can comment on us just wanting to make a movie that captures. I can't really comment on the split, but I can comment on us just wanting to make a movie that captures the fact that Metal Gear is Metal Gear and it is nothing else.
I can tell about Silent Hills, this is something that I've been talking with Guillermo del Toro as well, but originally we were thinking of making a game that would make you pee your pants, but at this point we've changed our minds and we are aiming for a game that will make you shit your pants.
怖すぎるとゲームってやめてしまうんですよ。
But one thing that you have to keep in mind is that if a game is too scary, people just won't play it.
で、映画とかそのアトラクション
in movies or in attractions, it's about to start pressing the play button or just getting in the ride, and if it gets too scary, just keep your eyes shut and somehow it'll be over. But if it's a game, people will just stop, and won't keep on playing. So that's why there's a limit of how scary you can make a game. But in this case, we're totally ignoring that. And you know what? If you don't want to keep playing through the game, so be it. We don't care. That's the game we are aiming for. We're aiming for a game that will make you shit your pants. And so yeah, that's.
パンツの替えは持ってください。
So please make sure you have some changes.
はい。限定版にはパンツをつけるかもしれません。限定版には。
The limited edition will probably include a pair of trousers for everyone.
Collector's edition.
But as Hitchcock said, probably the scariest thing is made by people that get scared easily. So. So as of now, I cannot talk too much about Silent Hills yet. So I'd like to talk a little bit about PT.
PT っていうのはプレイヤブルティザーの略ですね。
So first, PT stands for Playable Teaser.
で、そうです。深い。
As of now, I cannot talk too much about Silent Hills yet. So I'd like to talk a little bit about PT.
I walked. I could do nothing but walk.
Anybody hear me? Over here! I'm Sam! Anyone? Anybody hear me?
In my restless dreams, I see that town, Silent Hill. You promised you'd take me there again someday, but you never did. Well, I'm alone there now, in our special place, waiting for you. Waiting for you to come to see me.
Living is no different from being dead if you're all alone. Here, it's a dream catcher. Wear it when you sleep, and I'll keep the nightmares away.
ちょっと普通のアポカリプスものだともう廃墟とかが出てくるんですけど、なるべくそういうものを排して、まあ SF 感というか惑星感というかそういうものを意図的に出したっていうところです。ですね、北米っていうことを言ってますけど、北米での地名は一切出てこないんですよ。で、北米を東から西まで横断するという話なんですけども、まあ、世界中の人が、没入できるように、あえて地名は出してません。で、コンセプトとしては、まあ時雨で溶けた世界なんですけど、僕の中では生まれたての地球みたいなどっかの惑星みたいなところを旅したいというそこで、大自然というか、なんでしょう、すごい美しい世界をたった一人で行く孤立感と、その美しさのそのコントラストみたいなものを伝えたいということで背景とか、まあ、アイスランドの背景が主にイメージになっていますけど、そういうようなものを、ゲームに落とし込んだというようなことになります。
shot in the stomach, was pregnant at the time. Police arriving on scene after neighbors called 911 found the father in his car listening to the radio. Several days before the murders, neighbors say they heard the father repeating a sequence of numbers in a loud voice. They said it was like he was chanting some strange spell. There was another family shot to death in the same state last month, and in December last year, a man used a rifle and meat cleaver to murder his entire family. In each case, the perpetrators were fathers. State police say this string of domestic...
Guess what?
Though it could be part of a larger trend such as employment, child care,